Hello and welcome to My Low Country Living. I'm Tommy Ray. One of my favorite foods is Louisiana Hot Links. I love hot links. They're great on a summer day, especially when you're having a barbecue. Now, I've been looking all over for recipes to make hot links, and I finally found a great recipe that I like. It's by a blogger named The Old Fat Guy. He's a Canadian blogger, and his URL is oldfatguy.ca, which is what they put for Canadian URLs, I guess. Anyway, I found a great recipe he has, although it was pretty mild since he's a Canadian and is not used to spice. I upped the spice on it, so this is my version of the hot link. We'll call it the Low Country Hot Link. For the ingredients, we're going to start with 3 pounds of pork and also 3/4 cup of your favorite beer, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of crushed pepper flakes, 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper, 3 tablespoons of paprika, 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds, 1.5 tablespoons of minced garlic, 3/4 teaspoon ground coriander, 3/4 teaspoon dry thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of mustard powder, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of skim milk powder, 1/2 teaspoon of pink curing salt number 1. Now, I've made this before in the past using my Ninja Foodie Grill because I didn't have a smoker. So I'm going to show you both ways to go ahead and make these hot links. One, you can go ahead and make them in your smoker, or you can make them in your Ninja Foodie Grill. This is just for the pre-cook of these hot links. You're going to go ahead and store them in your refrigerator or your freezer and take them out and throw them on your barbecue grill when you're ready to go ahead and actually eat them. But you do need to pre-cook them either in a smoker or your Ninja Foodie Grill, and I'm going to show you how to do it both ways. Okay, let's get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is dice up your 3 pounds of pork, and you want to go ahead and use either a pork butt or a pork shoulder. And you can go ahead and trim off some of the excess fat, but you do want to leave a lot of the fat on there because since this is going to be a sausage, you want it to be moist, and so it does need to have some fat content still in there. That's one of the reasons why we like to use that fatty cut of meat like that pork shoulder or pork butt. Now, what you want to do is after you get it cut, go ahead and set it in your freezer for at least 30 minutes because we're going to put it through a meat grinder, and to grind properly, it's best for it to be a little bit chilled. So let's put this in the freezer for 20 minutes and then go on to the next step. Okay, so we're going to start off by creating a slurry first, and the slurry we're going to actually go ahead and put on the meat. So first thing we do is put in 3/4 cup of your favorite beer. So I'm going to just use Coors Light here real quick, 3/4 cup. And then you're going to add in all the rest of your dry ingredients here, except for the meat, of course. So, black pepper, crushed pepper flakes, cayenne pepper, paprika, mustard seeds, minced garlic, ground coriander, dry thyme, mustard powder, sugar, skim milk, and the pink curing salt. We're going to go ahead and whisk this all together. Now it's all together, we're going to put that in the refrigerator and we're going to start working on our meat again. Okay, so now after we have our meat that's been frozen for about 20 minutes, we want to go ahead and put it through our meat grinder. Now, if you're using a KitchenAid like I am, it comes, when you buy the KitchenAid grinder comes with 3 little meat grinders there. Those are actually too small to go ahead and use. So I went ahead and bought an aftermarket one on Amazon that's a lot bigger. That way my sausage, I have some substance to it and not feel like I'm eating a hot dog. Okay, I have a pan here that I've lined up parchment paper, and I've got my sausage stuffer attachment on my KitchenAid. I've gone ahead and cleaned my casings, and you would definitely want to make sure you clean these and run them under. I soak mine in water for about half an hour, and then after that I make sure I wash out the insides as well as the outsides of those casings here. You want to make sure you give it a good cleaning, and then go ahead and take your casings and slide them onto your sausage stuffer. I found that it's easiest to slide this onto the sausage stuffer if you take a little bit of nonstick cooking spray and spray it on the sausage stuffer before you start sliding the casing on. It helps it get on there a little easier. And at the end of your casing, you want to go ahead and tie a knot. There we go. And then right before we get started, you want to go ahead and just poke a hole in the casing there to let some air out of it. And I go ahead and I just utilize this is from a corn on the cob holder. And every once in a while you'll stick the casings as you're doing this just to make sure that you get the air out of it. Okay, there we have our completed sausage. Next thing you want to do is just twist it into links about the size of your hot dog bun that you want to go ahead and have. So I'm going to go with about right here. After you twist one, you're going to move down the line and twist the opposite direction. And you're just going to keep moving down and alternating. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now what we need to do is we're actually going to refrigerate these overnight, and then tomorrow we'll go ahead and we'll put half of them in the smoker, and I'll put the other half in the Ninja Foodi Grill to show you how that works. Our hot links have now been in the refrigerator overnight, and we're ready to go ahead and cook them. So I'm going to show you how to cook them two ways. First, I'm going to show you how to cook them in our Foodi Grill. I'm also going to show you how to smoke them. And so in the Foodi Grill, we're going to actually use the dehydrate mode because that's the mode in which you can have the lowest temperature settings. So we're going to start off with 180 degrees, and we're going to go ahead and have them in there for an hour at 180 degrees, and then we're going to increase the temperature to the highest temperature setting, which is 195, and let them continue to cook. We're cooking for about another 2 hours after increasing the temperature to get a temperature of 160 degrees internally in the hot links. And we're doing this slowly because we don't want to have the fat that's inside the hot links start to melt up. So this helps preserve the flavor and keeps the hot links from drying out. Okay, so I have 5 hot links right here that we're going to go ahead and cook inside the Ninja Foodi. And there we go. We'll be back in an hour to increase the temperature to the 195 degree level. Okay, and here we are at our smoker, and we have our smoker set at 180 degrees as well. And so we're going to go ahead and put in our sausages. And then we'll be back in an hour to increase the temperature on this as well. And our hot links are done. The plate right here came out of our smoker. This one here came out of our Ninja Foodi. They both look fantastic. And what we want to do is let them rest for an hour and cool down. And then after that, we can refrigerate them. And then when we're ready to eat them, we just reheat them up either on the grill or in a pan or microwave, or however you want to go ahead and reheat these. But these are ready to be eaten here after the first hour in which they've cooled down. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks. Thanks for joining us today on My Low Country Living as we made Low Country Hot Links. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more recipes like this one. Thanks.